Hey there, everybody. I'm covering books today, and I thought that you guys might like to just kind of sit in on the process of getting some fabric on these 5x7 journals. And I thought, well, I'll just turn the camera on and we'll just hang out for hang out for a minute. These are 5x7 journals. The spine on them is about 1 3/4. I'm covering them with some fabric that looks like this that is made by my sweet friend Cheryl, and she's just so clever and so knowledgeable about sewing. And I was asked the other week if I was ever going to do a sewing video, and it's like, no, I'm not going to do a sewing video because when I sew, I swear. And that does not meet the YouTube, community guidelines to do something like that. But I thought I would take you through this process really quick and just let you see how I cover a fabric journal. You want to start with your 5x7 journal, which actually turns out to be, you have to factor in the spine here. So let's just see how big this baby is. Of course, I use boxes. I use tons and tons of cereal boxes, cracker boxes. My friends save boxes for me. It is really just awesome. So we've got a unit that's about, 11 3/4, and that gives us a 5x7 cover. That gives us a 5x7 back of the book, as well as the 1 3/4 spine. That I like to work with a 1 3/4 spine. It just seems to be a nice, it gives the book a nice appearance, and you can usually do 3 to 4 signatures on that size spine, and it looks really sweet when you're all done. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to flip this over, and I am going to generously apply some Mod Podge. I like to use Mod Podge instead of glue. You can do an Eileen's Tacky Glue and water combination, and it works just fine. But for the journals that I sell, I really do like to have some big time adhesive to those journals. So you'll notice that I am really kind of slathering it on here, and that's the best way to do it. I'm not being very fussy with it at all. You'll want to, you want to work on a flat surface, of course. So there we go. And then we just kind of flip this over. Make sure that it is sticking as well as possible. The fabric on these is, and I noted that right here, I think it's about 13 by, no, it's about, well, this one's 13 by 9 3/4. Always just kind of don't eyeball it. Put your book base on the fabric and then cut from there. That's kind of the way that I do it. Because, there's just always like this, room for error sort of thing. All right, so now what I'm doing is really slathering on the Eileen's Tacky Glue so I can do the corners here. And these kind of get a double dose. I'm going to take you out a little bit so you can see the bottom of this. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't quite in frame. All right, so we're going to do our corners. Do this and this. Sometimes they kind of poke up again with the Eileen's, with the Mod Podge right here. You can see that because this is a quilted fabric, it's really chunky. That's why I'm using so much Eileen's. With a one layer fabric, you don't really have to slather it on like this. And then we're going to pull to make our corners. And then we're going to put more Eileen's on. And then I'm going to flip it around and do the other corner right here. Let's bring that in, kind of make a triangle as best you can. I'm not really fussed about things being even like this because I'm going to put cardstock right here. And then that kind of covers up the unevenness. All right, so, you kind of pull that, and then we tack it down again. Now we're doing the top. Same thing. These books, after you get this done, my friends, you kind of have to let them cure. They need to dry, and they need to dry all the way. If you start trying to work with them when they are not completely dry, you kind of end up with a mess. Because nothing is completely dry, and it gets all over your, the other elements and other steps that you want to do to complete your lovely journal. And do the top. So I will finish these up, and I will let them dry until tomorrow morning. Now while they're drying, I will do things like make pockets and get my elements together, my embellishments and art trading cards and fabric, and my kits will go in here, just like these creative kits, mixed media kits go in these books. And yeah, it kind of does look like a gooey mess on the inside, but like I said, you'll put some cardstock here, and we'll do that in another video. Put some cardstock here, and cardstock right here, and it just kind of evens things out. So there we go. And that is how you cover a cereal box book. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to click thanks and send me a tip, because that really does help. Thanks a lot, y'all. See you soon. Bye.